Welcome back to Binge Guy, you know the next show. And I'm Andrew.
Hi, I'm Victoria.
And we are super excited about this movie that's coming out.
I know.
It's a real story.
Yeah, this is not your typical comic book, superhero movie.
No.
This is a deep dive today into a movie called The Luckiest Man in America.
Based on a true story.
Based on a true story that's more captivating than the title suggests.
Way more.
Yeah, forget lottery winners.
Uh-huh.
This involves game shows and secrets and a whole lot of drama.
Yeah, press your luck.
Press your luck.
You know,
Yeah,
80s game show, you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
With the big board and the money and the whammies.
Whammies. Oh, so good.
And for our listeners out there who love those aha moments,
Yeah.
Yes. We've got all the aha moments for you today.
Yeah.
We've looked at the trailer.
We looked at news reports.
We've even gone back and looked at some of the original broadcasts.
Yes.
To get you the full lowdown.
All the insights.
On this movie, The Luckiest Man in America.
And the scandal that rocked the game show. Press your luck.
So this movie, The Luckiest Man in America, it takes place in May 1984.
Okay.
And the story centers on this guy, Michael Larson.
Okay.
He was an unemployed ice cream truck driver from Ohio.
Ice cream truck driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he went on Press Your Luck with a secret weapon.
Ooh, secret weapon.
Yeah. He believed that he had figured out a way to win unlimited amounts of money from this game.
Okay. Interesting.
So the movie is about him and how far he goes with this and what happens.
So right away, the premise of the movie shows that his winning streak becomes a problem for these show executives.
Oh, yeah. They're freaking out.
How is this happening? They're starting to question everything
really.
And his motivations for being there.
Yeah, but the real story of Michael Larson is way more interesting than even the movie. He wasn't just lucky. He was obsessed with get-rich-quick schemes.
Okay.
His whole life, he'd been trying to figure out how to beat the system.
A lifelong scammer.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And he was completely obsessed with Press Your Luck.
Okay, so he's watching this show.
Religiously, yeah, at home, just watching it over and over and over again. And he noticed something really interesting.
Okay.
The patterns on the board weren't actually random.
What?
Yeah, so back then, the technology wasn't as good.
Right.
They didn't have real random number generators.
Okay.
And he realized by watching it over and over again that there were only a few patterns on the board.
So he just memorized them.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
So he memorized all these patterns, and then when he got on the show, he just knew exactly where to stop it to get the big prizes and to avoid the whammies.
Oh my God.
And he went on this crazy winning streak.
How much are we talking?
Over $110,000.
Wow, that's a lot of money back then.
Yeah, that's $300,000 in today's money.
Gosh, that's amazing.
And it was so much money that they actually had to split his appearance on the show into 2 episodes.
No way.
That was a 2-parter.
Wow.
And they never reran those episodes.
Yeah, really?
No, they buried those episodes because they were so embarrassed.
Wow. That's
yeah, they did not want people to know that their game had been beaten like that.
So what did they do? Did they change the game?
Oh, yeah. After the scandal, they totally reprogrammed the board, so it was actually random.
Okay.
And they put a cap on how much you could win so that nobody could ever do that again.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So it's a crazy story. And this movie is directed by Samir Oliveros.
Okay.
And he also wrote the script with this woman, Maggie Briggs.
Okay.
And the way he discovered the story was really cool.
Wow.
He found a VHS tape of Press Your Luck at a thrift store.
Oh, wow.
And he was just like, what is this? And then he started researching it, and he got really fascinated by Michael Larson.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, and he actually relied on some real footage of the show.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
And the memories of Bill Carruthers Jr.
Who's that?
Who is the son of the guy who created Press Your Luck.
Wow.
Yeah. So Bill Carruthers Jr. was a creative consultant on the film.
That's awesome.
Yeah, to make sure they got it right.
So they really tried to stay true to the original story.
Yeah, as much as possible.
Okay.
But some things they had to make some educated guesses.
Like what?
Well, Michael Larson died in 1999.
Oh, okay.
So they don't have firsthand accounts from him.
Right.
So they had to kind of fill in the blanks about his home life and what really motivated him.
Okay, that makes sense.
And also a lot of the characters in the movie, other than Michael Larson and the host and the creator of this show, are either made up or they're composites of people.
Right.
They combined a few different people into one character.
Okay.
Just to streamline the story.
Yeah.
But the main characters are all real.
Cool.
So let's talk about the cast.
Yes, let's do it. This cast is amazing.
So good. They got Paul Walter Hauser to play Michael Larson.
I love him.
Oh, he's so good. He was in Blackbird.
Yes.
And Tanya.
And Richard Jewell, he's great at playing these, like, complex characters.
Yeah, he's really good at playing, like, quirky characters, too.
Yeah, he's perfect for the role.
Yeah, and then they got Walton Goggins.
Oh, I love him.
Like Peter Tommarket.
Who's Peter Tommarket?
He was the host of Press Your Luck.
Okay.
Yeah, Walton Goggins, he was in The Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other stuff.
Tons of stuff. He's great.
And he always plays, like, these really charismatic characters.
Yeah, he's got that, like, presence.
Yeah.
He commands your attention when he's on screen.
Totally. So he's perfect for a game show host.
Makes sense.
And then the creator of the show, Bill Carruthers,
Yeah.
is played by David Strathairn,
Oh, wow.
who is like a super respected actor.
Yeah, he always plays these, like, really serious roles.
Yeah, he's got that gravitas.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the cast is great too. Like they got Shamir Anderson and Maisie Williams.
Oh, wow.
And Patty Harrison plays like another contestant on the show.
Okay.
And Brian Garrity plays like a returning champion.
Okay.
And Haley Bennett's in it, and even Johnny Knoxville's in it.
What?
Yeah, it's a really wild cast.
That's awesome.
And there was actually at one point Bill Murray was attached to star in this movie as Michael Larson.
Really?
Yeah, but it obviously didn't work out.
That's why. Can you imagine Bill Murray?
Yeah, it would have been a very different movie.
Yeah, totally.
So the trailer for this movie is really good.
Okay, tell me about it.
It shows Michael Larson arriving in Hollywood, and he's telling everybody that he's watched every episode of Press Your Luck.
He's not messing around.
No, he's serious.
Wow.
And then it shows him winning all this money, and all the executives are freaking out.
Yeah.
Like they're saying things like, we have a problem. This guy, nobody vetted this guy,
Yeah.
and he's not playing the game, right?
They're starting to get suspicious.
Yeah, and it starts to feel like a thriller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like is he going to get away with this? Okay. And the director, Samir Oliveros, has talked about how he sees Michael Larson as having this like childish curiosity.
Okay.
And this desire to like question the rules.
Interesting.
Yeah, and he sees him as somebody who was willing to take risks to like beat the system.
Okay.
And Paul Walter Hauser, the actor who plays Larson, has said that he was really interested in the like quirkiness and the deception of the character. Like, was he a hero or was he a villain?
Right.
And the director has said that he doesn't want to tell the audience what to think about Michael Larson.
Okay.
Like he wants them to decide for themselves.
Interesting. So it's like morally ambiguous?
Yeah, totally.
Cool.
So the movie premiered at TIFF.
What's TIFF?
The Toronto International Film Festival.
Oh, okay. Fancy.
Yeah, it was back in September.
It was last year?
Yeah, last year.
Okay.
And it's coming out in theaters on April 4th.
Of this year?
Yeah, 2025.
Okay. I'll mark my calendar.
It's only 90 minutes long.
That's a good runtime.
Yeah, it's a nice, tight movie. So that's the story of the luckiest man in America.
It's crazy.
It's pretty wild, right?
Yeah, it makes you think about like how far people will go to achieve their dreams.
Totally. And what happens when those dreams like clash with the rules?
Yeah, and like how easy is it to really beat the system?
Exactly.
And for you, the listener, the big takeaway here is that like even the most simple things can have this hidden complexity.
Totally.
And that one person's obsession can uncover that and change everything.
Absolutely.
So The Luckiest Man in America comes out April 4th.
Are you going to go see it?
I think I'm really intrigued by this whole story.
Yeah, me too.
What about you, listener? Will you be watching?
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
We want to hear your thoughts.
And as always, thank you for joining us here on Binge Guide The Next Show.
The next show.
We'll be back next week with another deep dive into a new release.
See you then.